Chapter 5 Maritime Transportation System. Today, this course is about maritime transportation system. We will understand what is MTS, the components of MTS, and know the challenges for it. And last, we will learn the maritime ITS. In order to make everyone know more about maritime transportation, there are some pictures for it. 1. Pier. 2. Sailboat. 3. Passenger ship. This text has 4 chapters. Section 1, MTS Introduction. Section 2, MTS Components. Section 3, MTS Challenges. Section 4, Maritime ITS. To start with, we will introduce what is Maritime Transportation System. MTS has a long history. Since the beginning of time, people have used water to help them transport cargo from one place to another. During the 19th and 20th centuries, the Suez Canal opened shipping between Europe and Asia without going around Africa. The Panama Canal connected the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. During the same time period, cruise ships were developed to carry people across the world. In the late 20th century, container shipping developed, leading to the shipping industry we see today. And then, what's the MTS? The Maritime Transportation System has waterways, ports, and intermodal landside connections that allow the various modes of transportation to move people and goods to, from, and on the water. Next, maritime transportation vehicles. Water vehicles are suitable for long-distance travel, commuting, cruising, racing, and off-road riding. There are numerous examples of water vehicles which are mentioned below. Advantages and disadvantages of maritime transportation. Maritime transportation has benefits and challenges. Advantages of maritime transportation. 1. It involves a low running cost. 2. Distance does not add greatly to total transport costs. 3. It has the capacity of conveying heavy and bulky cargoes. 4. Maritime transportation has a natural route network that is free to use. 5. Canals provide goods across along their line sides and also encourage the development of industry and commerce. 6. Generally, it causes relatively little environmental pollution. Disadvantages of maritime transportation. 1. This mode of transportation is very slow compared to road transport. 2. There may be delays at docks, while navigation may be impeded majorly due to poor weather conditions. 3. It is unsuitable for short-distance journeys, since transshipment is both costly and time-consuming. 4. Canals are costly to build, maintain, and dredge. 5. As ships increase, the number of ports capable of receiving ocean-carrying vessels is declining. This results in less flexible routes and services for the movement of such commodities as oil. The second chapter, the components of MTS. The MTS has 5 main components. 1. Navigable waterways. 2. Ports. 3. Intermodal connections. 4. Vessels. 5. Users. Part 1. Navigable waterways. Map depicts selected ports, rivers, and lakes that compose navigable waterways of the U.S. Maritime Transportation System. The nation's navigable waterways are extensive and include coastal and ocean areas. They serve as waterways to transport manufactured mineral, agriculture, and bulk products, other trade goods, and passengers to and within America, and are used for commercial, recreational, scientific, and military purposes. Part 2. Ports. Terminal operators, warehouse operators, longshore labor, intermodal connectors, and overall port management are important components of port operations that directly impact a port's ability to move people and goods efficiently. Part 3. Intermodal connections. Intermodal connections are linkages at the land-water boundary that allow the transfer of passengers and cargo between transportation modes. Part 4. Vessels. The vessels that move people and goods within the MTS include commercial, ocean-going, coastal, and inland vessels, as well as military and recreational vessels. The vessels that carry our international commerce, as well as cruise ships, have grown much larger. Part 5. Users. Users are a critical component of the MTS. Users can be categorized as direct and indirect. Direct users are easily recognizable groups such as vessel operators, port operators, and so on. Indirect users are the consumers who buy finished manufactured goods that were transported on the MTS, and businesses and industries that either use or sell raw materials, intermediate goods, or finished products that traverse the MTS. The third chapter, 5 challenges are presented to the future of maritime transportation system. Part 1. System capacity. The first challenge is the capacity of the MTS. There are some factors about it: maintaining navigational channels, maintaining and rehabilitating locks and the associated dams, making infrastructure improvements, encouraging growth in trade and travel, and accommodating changes in distribution operations. Part 2. Safety and security. Federal agencies provide critical services to ensure the safe and secure movement of people and goods through the MTS in a way that is economically sound and environmentally protective. Part 3. Environmental impacts. As waterborne trade increases, stresses to sensitive maritime and freshwater environments, as well as to port communities, likely will increase. There are 2 reasons about the challenge. 1. Emissions from vessels, port equipment, trucks, and locomotives have emerged as a significant caution. 2. In part due to serious human health effects associated with diesel particulate matter and other air pollutants. Part 4. Disruptions. Minor MTS disruptions due to congestion, bottlenecks at intermodal connectors, infrastructure failures, collisions, and unreliable services or other events are experienced every day. Our measures to face it. The long-standing professional nature of MTS users and regular contingency planning provide sufficient flexibility to respond to short-term disruption without seriously impeding the flow of passengers and goods through the waterways. Part 5. Finance and economics. The challenge is to use existing infrastructure efficiently, quantify the need for new infrastructure, and determine how these needs can be financed and how these financing costs might be distributed across users. A comprehensive look at innovative approaches will be necessary because of the complexity and diversity of structure and ownership, both public and private, and an uneven distribution of the costs and benefits of public infrastructure. At last, we will introduce what is maritime ITS. Advancement in information and communications technologies create wider opportunities for improving performance of maritime and all other modes of transport. Such possibilities are found in construction and extending the capabilities of intelligent transport systems. Work on the development of ITS started in Japan and the US, where they considered road transport with a focus on increasing the safety of road traffic. The main components of ITS architecture in Japan and the USA are user services, logical architecture, physical architecture. As far as the maritime sector is concerned, ICT implementation follows many paths. EU's concept of e-maritime is one idea that may provide a basis of developing an open maritime ITS architecture. E-maritime defines users, system boundaries, and its components. It is used for e-maritime reference applications for administration and business domains. E-maritime support platform and e-maritime strategic framework. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for listening.